Well, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in the panhandle of Idaho in one of my favorite locations. So come on, let's go. Let's see what we can find. Well, after traveling a lot of miles in these back roads, I've found the composition that I want to get. And viewers of my previous episode will be somewhere familiar with it. It's a place that I was on in late December back in 2020, where I got one of my favorite sunrise shots. But in that shot, I focused on a single mountain, and it was framed by the fog and the pine trees. So it was just one section of it. This time what I would like to do is try to get that entire Mountain Valley range. But we got a few hours for sunset. You know, in that time, like I said, I just been exploring here and there, keeping in mind of local points of interest. But I found some really great places to camp. So soon, very soon, I think I'm gonna make the trip and come back in the future, do a bit of camping out. That being said, like I said, we got a few hours, so I thought I would take that time, go back here into the woods a little bit, see if I can find some morels. You know, we're up in altitude a little bit. This is about the time that they start popping up, so we'll see what we can find. Well, my friends, no such luck today. That being said, I found some indications that it might be slightly early in the season. I don't know, I'm not a morel expert, but I've seen signs of, various vegetation, flowers, plants, and, some other indicators that I have typically found morels in before, but the flowers and the plants that I typically find them around are just starting to bloom, so that may mean that the morels in this area have not bloomed yet. So I'm going to give it a couple days. I'm going to come back to this area here. Hopefully I'll have a special guest with me, and we'll go from there. But the sun is starting to ever so slightly dip down in the sky. A few miles from where I want to go, and on these backcountry roads, it takes a little bit to get to, so head back to the truck behind me, pack up, let's get set up for a nice landscape shot. So I got to where I wanted to be at for the sunset, but right now we got some fairly interesting lake coming on behind us, so I think I'm going to try to get a shot of that, even though it's still a lot of light out, you know, sun's not quite low enough in the sky. It's still really interesting, and if I can capture it right, well, might be just a cool abstract shot. Alright, so the light's kind of coming and going. We got this large cloud in which the sunlight's kind of streaming through, and it's highlighting just a certain section of the mountain valley behind us. So I'm just kind of waiting here for the right light to hit that to kind of create that beam effect. So right about 1/100th of a 60th of a second, I'm at f10. Probably will stop down, not that, a little bit. Don't need to be that high in my aperture, but I'm just going to wait for that light to kind of shine that tunnel again, and hopefully that'll come out to be an interesting shot. So I've been kicking it here for about 30 minutes or so, and in that time the weather is kind of taking a turn. Now, as you can see, it's gotten really sunny out, but that's not exactly what I wanted. I was hoping behind me that the clouds were going to stay there and hopefully add some interest in the sky. I was really hoping for that light to kick up from the sunset. However, all those clouds have moved to the east side of the ridge right here. So, and that's really going to affect my composition. Now, earlier I did get a shot which I think is going to be pretty cool. So now that all the clouds have gone, we're getting this really neat gold cascade of light directly west towards the sunset, and that's giving an interesting layer effect in the far mountains. But there's nothing really for me to take a picture of. The scene is complicated, and what I really need to do is be on top of that mountain over there. However, you can't see it from here. There's still a lot of snow on the road in the shaded spot, so getting up there right now, it's impossible unless you want to hike, which usually I'm okay with, but no, I didn't plan on doing any type of snow hiking today. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stick this photo out. Never know what's going to happen, and in that last 10 minutes, that's when things can usually get pretty crazy. So I'm just going to kind of fine-tune my composition in reaction to the light, and we'll see what happens from there. Well guys, I think that's going to do it for me. The light's just not going to go where I want it to. There's no more interest in the sky, and the scene's not going to transpire the way I would like it to. But you know what? This has been a great trip. I've said it a few times, you're not going to get great photos or even good photos every time you go out. And this just happens to be one of those cases. I am very interested to see how the first photo I took comes out, but that really wasn't the reason I came out for a sunset shot. But you know what? I did find some really cool campgrounds here in the National Forest. I definitely look forward to exploring those more very soon. And I think I'm going to take another crack here soon at astrophotography. You know, if we're going to keep getting these clear nights like is forecasted, there could be some great shots under the night sky. So, thank you for coming along with me in this journey. If you like this type of content, please give me a like, a subscribe, a comment down below. You know, that stuff really does help my channel. And until next time, well, we'll catch you out there.